What exactly is your purpose in life? Name it, make it clear for yourself, write it down. That is how you can move ahead. Now I have, you know, broken some things down as I just want to recapture three ways of understanding purpose. Like I said, if you name it, it becomes clear to you. So it gives you clarity. It gives you clarity on knowing what truly matters, knowing what your life assignment is, and what you need. That's the second one. What you need to fulfill your assignment. Your gift, the talent that you need to fulfill your assignment. It also gives you connection because it aligns whatever you are doing, both your mind, your soul, everything within you is aligned together. You are one. You are one. There is no discrepancy. There is no, there is no this thing of unsatisfaction in you. Everything within you is aligned with that one purpose because you have found your purpose. You know, okay, this is where I am going to. And so there is this connection, a deeper connection with you, yourself, and I. That is another way to understand purpose. And then another one, the way to understand purpose is it contributes to making impact. It contributes to fulfilling a mandate. It contributes to maybe, even if it is being of service to your neighbor or whatsoever, it contributes to building or making impact. So these are the ways I want you to understand purpose. It gives clarity to what really matters. It gives you connection, not only, to your inner being and everything, but also with others around you. And then, because you are being of value to the other, you are contributing to society, you are creating impact in the society. These are the three ways, or the ways that I want you to, see purpose. When you are jotting down, when you are writing down, when you're identifying your purpose, have these three things in mind: clarity, connection in and out, contribution. It gives you that. That's what purpose, how you should understand purpose. I wish, I could be seeing you live, but I'm hoping that one day I can be able to do that, that we can even have online live sessions. I will be asking direct questions to be able to, bring clarity to some certain things. But have these things in mind when you want to identify your purpose, because we say it a lot, we hear it also a lot, but very few of us take the time to really sit down, reflect, write things down, and work on them. Those that are successful, those that are making it, those that we see as great, maybe took that time. I'll not say maybe, 95% that they took that time to reflect. Now, I'm not talking about those that maybe by chance, you know, made it with some investment. But I am talking about those that were intentional about where they want to go to, where they want to be in life, and thought things through and sought the gifts, the skills that they need to be able to achieve those things. When you see them, you see them. And when you know them, you know them. Those people did not become successful overnight, and they did not become successful by chance. And there is something about success. Success is not one time thing. Success or greatness is not a one time thing, it's a place of dwelling. It is a place of dwelling. So if you want to dwell in success, if you want to dwell in greatness, it's a constant work on. You need to constantly work on yourself. You need to constantly invest in time with time to improve on yourself. That is how you dwell in greatness, and that is fulfilling your purpose when you have identified your purpose. I want to ask a few questions, and maybe you can write it out. Maybe you can, write it on the chat. If you want to, I will be glad, to read some of your answers. But try and answer this question. What will you do if you were not paid for it? To help you identify your purpose. What are the things that, because now I know money is important, money answereth all things is the love of money, that it's not good. So money is important in our daily lives. We need money. But aside from that, what are the things that you kind of like once they ask you to do, or you are not even asked to do, you are doing it with this joy, you are doing it with this peace, you are doing it with this pleasure? What are the things that you will still do if you were not being paid for it? Write it down. And then what gives you energy beyond the result or rewards? Sometimes some people look at the payment and be like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm getting this money for it. So, yes, just looking at the money will give them the energy. But beyond the payment, beyond the rewards, what gives you energy? What ignites you? That passion, what awakens that passion in you? Write it down. And the third question is, what legacy do you want to build or leave behind? When you are building legacy, you don't really realize you're building legacy. The balance is made when your time is up. So think about that. What legacy, how do you want your generation to remember you? How do you want people to see you? But people, I mean your direct family members, and then the rest of us. Write it down. Because when you write these things down, it will help you to narrow down some things. I want to make it. I want to make it. Make it for what? Making it without having a reason is very dangerous because you cannot sustain it. You will not sustain it. You will squander it. You will spoil it because you had no plan in the first place. You had no purpose. So think about this. What is the legacy that you want to leave behind? Legacy is more than the buildings, it's more than just money in the bank. Legacy is more than that. So, what legacy do you want to leave behind? How do you want to be remembered? Because whether you like it or not, this life is not, you know, we are not going to live it forever. We will have our end. We all have our beginning and we are going to have our end. That is just the cycle of life, whether we want it or not. We are all born on a certain day and we are going to exit also on a certain day. It's just that we don't know when. No one knows when. So be prepared. Be prepared. What legacy do you want to leave behind? Take time and write them down. And I pray and hope that it will help you, narrow down some things. Then think of what you need. Think of what you need. You heard me saying your gifts, your talents, your skills are to help you to fulfill your life assignment. So if you identify your why, now go further to think of what do you need, the how. What do you need to fulfill that? What do you need to build that legacy? What do you need to make that impact? What are your needs? Your needs are not your wants. We sometimes, not sometimes, we most of the time focus on our wants and make our wants the purpose. But no, your wants are not your needs. Focus on the needs. What you need to develop, that you want that fancy car, that's your want. But what do you need right now? That will one day, yes, bring you maybe your want, but right now, what is the necessity? What do you need? Narrow it down. Narrow it down. It will help a lot. As you are thinking about your need, have these questions also in mind. Um, is this really, or is this reflecting who I am? You know, that's why I said I started with principles. Whatever you are doing right now, or whatever you think you need to do, does it reflect who you are? Remember, anything you are doing that is not who you are not connected, it's not aligned with you, there's always going to be this inner struggle. You are always going to struggle. There's this, you are not going to be at peace with yourself because there is something not in alignment. So is it reflecting who you are? And will it contribute to the impact that you care about? The impact that you want to make, is it going to contribute to it? Think about these questions. As you're identifying your how, is it going to contribute? Or is it actually just going to make you money, which I understand we need it, but is it going to make you, or are you going to make that much of impact? And then, is this connected to your core values? Whatever you are doing, if it does not align with your principles, please, because you will never again be at peace. There will be too much of inner struggle and it will lead you to depression. So, is it aligning with your core values? You as a person, the values that you have identified that you uphold, is whatever you are doing or going to do aligning with those values? If they are not, again, draw a line. Be a person of integrity. Live a principled life. It will save you a lot. I know the world we are living in today is projecting a completely different thing. That's why I am here and a lot of others like me to please remind us, come back to the core. Come back to the core. Let us not miss it. Life is not just we live, we move, we do things anyhow. Come back to the core because this is the very, your survival is intertwined with it. Your very survival, a survival beyond just the physical needs, survival beyond just the financial needs, your survival, both spiritual survival, your emotional survival, your everything, your whole being is in finding your purpose and living a purposeful life, which cannot be if you do not have values. So find it and help to develop that which you need. You know, on this journey, like I said, no man is an island. We need each other. We need each other. We can't do it all by ourselves. Like you cannot do it all by yourself. I cannot do it all by myself. So, but we need each other. But one thing is, they say iron sharpened iron. I will get to that when we are dealing with our other P, which is people also. So, whatever you are doing, make sure that your inner circle aligns as well with it, and that you can share and they can encourage you and build you up. It's very, very important. If you are following where you are not supposed to follow just because you fancy that lifestyle, my dear sister, my dear brother, think again, because that lifestyle might be flashy, that lifestyle might be attracting, but is it meant for you? Is it where you are supposed to be? You know, I'm going to close. I'm going to leave us. Like I said, I don't want to waste much of our time. So I'm going to close with these few remarks. It will be a pity to live a life and not fulfill your purpose. That is really a wasted time. It will also be a pity that you will not taste the joy that there is in fulfilling your purpose, in dwelling in your purpose, that fulfillment that it comes with it, that peace that it comes with it. I wish that for everyone. I wish really that, no matter the circumstances, like I said, challenges are still going to be there, but you still find a way to go about those things. Why? Because there is this fire in you that is burning, knowing that this is the road, the way that I'm supposed to go, and because it is my why, it is my life mission. You go about things completely different. If it's just something you are doing to survive, you give up at the slightest, show of discomfort, challenges. You will just be like, let me just give up because I did not sign up for this anyways, because it's not your life assignment. So do write those, try and find answers to the questions that I asked. It will help us. We don't do it enough, but please do take the time. I know there are everyday questions, maybe, and you've heard it thousand times, yes. But there is a difference in when you are sitting down, when you sit yourself down and try to write some things down, reflect on the questions, and try to find out some things, and then connect dots. Things will become very clear to you. So please do take the time and do that. And I'm hoping that next week we will connect again. And next week will be more of a panel discussion. Next week will be more of, talking about these three principles or these three P's that we have seen: principles, passion, and our purpose. I invite you once again to watch the video on purpose that I've done, previously on my YouTube, because Facebook, I think, has deleted it. But it's still on YouTube. You can find it. Please do. It's going to help you. It's going to really shine light on it, on your life mission. Why it's so important to discover your why. Because when you discover your why, you will know your how or what you need to be able to be of service or to fulfill that reason, your purpose. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making out the time as well, and also for being willing to journal, to write things down, and to reflect on some certain things. I hope and I pray that very soon the workbook will be finished very soon. And if you desire, if you want, You can signal me you want a copy of the workbook. I will get it to you once it's done, once it's finalized. I will get it to you because it's really a tool. It's just an instrument where you can also write things down with all the 10 P's that will help you to, design life. Life is by design. Life is by design through the choices that we make. So it will help you with reflection, with some examples, help to, narrow some things down and be more focused in life. We are too distracted with all the things coming up. We are too distracted. But if we want to live a life of greatness, if we want to continually dwell in greatness, we need to be focused. We need to know what we are doing. We need to know why we are doing them. We need to know what we need to do them. We need to know and be focused so that we are not swayed left or right, or distracted, moved away from what we are supposed to be doing. So thank you so much. Just remember, lead from why. If you are leading, I've always said that we are all leaders. We are all leaders in one way, and we are also followers in one way. We are teachers in one way, we are students in another way. So, whatever role you are playing, no matter where, no matter how, lead from your why. Know why you are there. If you are a student, know your why. If you are a teacher, know your why. If you are a leader, know your why. Whatever role that you are playing at that moment, let it be from your why and be guided by truth. Hope to see you soon. Be blessed. See you all next week. Please don't forget to write those things down, like I said. And we will definitely see each other by the grace of God next week. Thank you for tuning in. Remain blessed. Bye.